Thank you for coming back, and we're now in the last part of our program for the day. Gordon, before the break, we're talking about how it was for you being a third-generation Australian?
Australian-born Chinese, yeah.
Australian-born Chinese. And was this your first time in China?
First time in mainland China.
Right.
The closest I've ever got was Hong Kong before.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where, you come back and you see all the people, and you have, as a Westerner, you have different preconceived ideas of China. But coming here, you can see that, look, they're normal people, they're very friendly. If you take away the politics, it's a great place too. The scenery was fantastic. We went to see a number of places where we could see where the Buddhist monks had the 37 high Buddhas dug into the caves,
They were huge. Huge on many levels.
And then you can see places like we went to the hanging temples, where they had on 90 metres in the side of a cliff, the temples. And in addition to that, we also saw the things like the Beijing opera, and things like. And one of the other things which was fantastic is a few of us got to go a bit earlier than you, and we saw the terracotta soldiers, which I think, as well as the Great Wall of China, has got to be another wonder of the world. There's 8,000 of these, carvings, or these soldiers and things, pieces, horses, and you to see that they were actually only accidentally found in the 70s by a farmer, and they could easily still be buried there. It was just fascinating just to see all these things.
Okay. Were there any times, I asked Scotty this, were there any times during the walk that you kind of went, nah, this is too hard, want to give up for a moment, or?
Yeah, look, the first 2 days, remember, I was probably one of the first with the virus. And
That's
I
right,
was suffering,
yeah.
I could hardly speak, I was coughing, sputtering,
Yeah.
and they were steep sections.
Yeah.
And I just took my time. The sweat was pouring off me from the temperature I had anyway. And I thought, this is not that easy. But again, that final thing from my cousin really kept me going. She said, you're walking for both of us. And that really was quite emotional for me. And that's all I was thinking and walking. There was no way at any stage in the thing that I wasn't going to make it. If you remember, even extra bits I did them, and I think Scotty, as you mentioned, Scotty, he did as well. We did a lot of walking together, and we did a lot of talking, but there was no stage I was ever going to stop. I'm pretty confident if one of us went, we would have carried each other over the line. It's one of those things. It was a bonding experience between a lot of us as well.
Yeah, especially with you and Scotty. There was real camaraderie there with you two. Yeah. What were some of the real highlights for you?
Oh, well, there's a lot of highlights in this whole trip, as some I've already mentioned, but the difference in the wall, everyone thinks of the wall as a well-built wall with steps and things. I didn't realise it was going to be so hard with irregular steps and things like that. But when you see the wall, compared with the one most tourists see, compared with, say, like when we hit the Gobi Desert, and you're at the beginning of the Silk Road, which historically this is where East met West. This is a very historical trade route that was started with China, where a lot of things happen because of that. But the Gobi Desert, to see that there's construction of the wall where it's made of mud and sand and straw, and even after nearly 2,000 years, it's still standing there, albeit eroded down, but still there, and that they built it there. And then a few days later, you're in the snow. You saw the extremes of this wall, and look, some of those bits of wall weren't easy to walk on. I mean, they were quite narrow, with no sides, slippery, and quite a few people had to be coaxed over some of those sections. They were a bit, it could be construed as dangerous, but we still did it.
And then some.
Yeah.
And of course, some people on the walk also had a fear of heights.
That's right.
And as you say, we had some of these parts that were so eroded, and we're walking on what? What would have been the thinnest part we would have been walking on, do you reckon?
It would have been not much wider than the narrow aisleway in the bus, I'd say. It's interesting you say about the fear of height. I know you'll be talking to James Rain at one stage. He's very scared of heights. Even things like, you should ask him that question as well and see what he says.
I didn't realise he was scared of heights.
Yes.
Okay, good question for James.
Yeah.
Were there, there's been a lot of highs, and I've asked you about, was there ever a time, of giving up? Were there ever any emotional lows for you? Not because of the walk was challenging. Was there anything else maybe going on for you because of your experience with cancer?
To tell you the truth, Robyn, I enjoyed the whole walk. I didn't have any emotional lows, really. I mean, even if you felt challenged physically, that was a physical challenge. A lot of emotional things got me over that challenge, but I felt I really didn't have any lows at all in this whole trip. I felt everything was well managed and things. Emotionally, I was good the whole time, really, to the truth. I mean, I had spent a lot of time walking ahead, sometimes on my own, or even in the middle, just to think and talk to myself. I did it a lot anyway, and I think if I didn't do, I think if I didn't do that, then I might have been talking to, say, a psychologist, to have someone to chat to. But
Philippa.
Yeah, usually I can handle the things myself. But there was a lot of emotional highs. But for me, physical lows, challenging parts, but not really emotional lows for me, myself anyway.
Okay.
But there were times, as I said, that I thought of my cousin. My father-in-law died of glioma, which is a brain cancer, and I've had my grandfather and uncles die of liver cancer. So you often think of those type of things as well. But then I was, as I said, then you think that I'm here, I'm walking for everyone, and that's the way it gets you through it.
Absolutely. We're coming to the end of the program. A couple of things, though. I cannot let a chat with you go past without asking you to comment on the singing.
The singing? I thought, who's singing?
You're singing.
Oh, well.
You have an amazing voice.
No, I sing in the shower and things, and I know the other day you tried to get me to sing Olivia's song, which you sing every day, but that stage, I don't know, there was a bit of emotion there, and when you've got emotion, I couldn't think of as you saw, I couldn't think of the words.
Yep.
And we'll sing it every day. But no, my father was a good singer, and he used to sing to my mum, and I enjoy singing. And look, if I annoy people with it, I'll keep quiet. But I like to, belt it out, and I had to sing my club theme song from the top of the wall and things like that. But I like to make everyone happy if I can. I'm sometimes like to joke around a bit.
Because we had a couple of, I mean, let's face it, we're on a 23-day journey, and we had lots of singers throughout that time. And Gordon was there on the evenings that we would be having a bit of a sing-along, and Gordon was there. Is it a baritone, your voice?
I'm not sure. It's a low voice, I guess.
I mean, I don't know a lot about that, but to me it was a baritone, and he's got a great voice, and, you really set the scene a lot of those evenings.
Oh, good. As long as, I help everyone get through the journey with a bit of entertainment. They can laugh at me, I don't mind.
It was with you. It was excellent. And just speaking about the journey, as I say, we're finishing the program. Could you please just look into the camera there, Gordon, and in your own words, could you share why you feel it would be great for the viewers to donate to the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Research and Wellness Centre?
Yes. Now, one thing you have to understand, this Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Centre is not just a hospital that's in Melbourne. It's going to be a centre it's going to be a centre of excellence for cancer treatment, but cancer research as well. The cancer research that's being done at the moment at the Austin Hospital in conjunction with the Ludwig Institute of Cancer Research, if that gets through, it'll change the way cancer is being treated, in the world at the moment. And these changes will affect everyone. And I think that if you get behind the centre, and including this, it'll be a model for the Wellness Centre, which is not prevalent in the world of treating cancer. The whole holistic approach with the Wellness Centre, the research and the treatment, I think it's going to benefit the world, and I think that we should all get behind it, and the quicker we build this, the better.
Excellent, thank you for that. And the numbers at the bottom of the screen, you can either ring up and do your donation, or you can go to the show website, conversationswithrobyn.com. There'll be a link to the greatwalktobeijing.com website. You'll also be able to find out who's on what station, what time, because we're filming at least 16 of the programs, so I've got 4 months' worth of footage. We're probably halfway through by the time yours goes to air. Gordon, thank you so much for being part of the program and being part of the Great Walk to Beijing.
Thank you.
Any last words to the viewers?
Well, if you're going to support everyone, sponsor me on the website.
We've got a little competition going of who gets the most, and it's a very healthy one.
Okay.
Gordon, thank you, and until next time, take care.
I made it, but I had this bung leg. It's getting through it now, and I don't think I would have made it without this oxygen purifier. This just got me through. I thought it was a dummy, but it's actually an oxygen purifier. Do you believe that? And I probably couldn't have made it without it. But.
Well, this is the end of 23 days of a 228k walk along the Great China Wall in 6 stages. There's lots of tears, there's lots of laughter, there's lots of happiness. And full credit to Olivia Newton-John and the team at the Austin Hospital. Full full credit, gosh, emotional, to the organisers, to Alan and his media team, to Neil and the security team, to Paul, the camera guy here that's bringing you all these programs. You know, we've done and to our survivors, drivers, and to Gordon. Gordon has sing a song. Give us a couple of bars of Don't Give Up.
Don't give up.
Here I am.
Oh, here I am.
And if you need a helping
And if
hand,
you need a helping hand, I'm gonna be right here with you.
Don't give up, here I am. And if you need a helping hand, I'm gonna be right here with you. You know